All right, for this one, so we're just doing this one. It's got the bunny ears with the chicken wire in them. And I want to do a bow, and it's going to sit off to the side. We're going to make it so that the tails are only about 7 inches long. I'm going to gather that up. We're going to twist. We're going to do again the 6-inch loop. Again, we're using the Easy Bow Stow and Go. This is the more compact size one. The pegs actually pop out in the center. They're plastic, so they don't have to worry about the wood breaking. And it slides right in for traveling. It's only about 14 inches long, so it makes it perfect if you have to take it on the go. Now, it does come with a spool holder and a bag. I don't use either of those because I use this all the time. It's just here in my room. And I have a little tool bag that I put it in when I want to go with all my other tools. So. Alright, so we did 2 loops on each side, and I'm actually thinking I might do 3. We'll just do the 2. I'm going to cut this off so it's about the same as the other one. Now we're going to go in with our 1.5 inch again. I'm doing the same thing, making it so that the tails are about the same, 7 inches. And I am going to do 2 loops of this as well. Now this is going to be at 5 inches. So I'm doing 2 loops on each side of this one. Making sure that my next ones are the same length. And again, the description will have all the information where you can find all the items I'm using today, where they came from, and if I have a link for it, I will share that with you. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and cut this off, and we're going to go in again with our 2.5 inch ribbon. Let me take this off of here so it doesn't get in our way. And I want to do the same length tail, but this time these are going to be about 4 inches, the loops. So we're going to go about 4. There we go. That's 2 on each side. We're going to scrunch that down, push those down. Make sure all of our edges are out. Cut this off. We're going to go in one more time with our 1.5 inch. So we're done with this one. That out of the way. And again, we're going to do just 1 loop this time of this one. And it is going to be about 3.5 inches. Right there. Finish that one off. Just cut that. Let's go with our zip tie again. Lift all this up, put that zip tie, slide that up underneath all those ribbons. I'm going to attach it, cinch it down so that it is semi-tight, not too tight because I want to be able to move my ribbons. Alright, there. Now I'm going to move all of this kind of where I want it before I take it off. This one, this needs to go up. Alright, keep that straight. Now I'm going to get some more wire because it was easier to get through the other one with the wire, so I'm assuming it is going to be easier to get through this one with the wire. Or if you had a regular grapevine or whatever, you could use just regular zip tie. Alright, there we go. We're going to put this back. Going to get our needle out. This time we'll get one that has a point. And we got that ready. Actually, we don't need the needle yet since I haven't made that zip tie tight. We can get the wire in easily. Now you could use pipe cleaner as well if you have it. You just want to make sure whatever you use is going to easily go through that vine. Alright, so we want to move that zip tie over and bring that locking part to the back. I'm going to cinch it a little bit tighter. I'm going to take my floral wire, fold one end, and I'm going to slide it up underneath here, pull it out the other side, and now we've got that on there. Make sure my wires are the same length. Now I can make this a little bit tighter, holding those wires and that zip tie. I'm going to fluff my bow out again. Now's when you want to fluff and get all of them where you want them so that you can again make your zip tie tight. It's easier to do it now than to try and do it later. There we go. And we will dovetail all these little tails and cut them down to size once we get this on our bunny. But I don't want to cut anything until I know how long I want it to be. This one needs to come forward. There we go. Alright, now we can zip tie this or tighten the zip tie. And I'm going to use this tool to make it even tighter and then cut it off for me. Now I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to twist it. And then I'll take one wire at a time and put it through the vine. So let's take our bunny head. And again, we're going right off to the side because I want you to be able to see the ears, as much of them as possible. So I'm just going to take this and we're going to go just under the ear through this vine. Hopefully it's not a thick part. There we go. Bring that one out. There. And now we're going to take the other wire and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go over about an inch and I'm going to push it through that vine. You need to find a spot where there's not too much vine or wire or glue because they've glued that moss on. There we go. Alright, now that that's on there, I'm going to lift this up and we're going to tighten it. Pull this around back. I'm going to grab these two wires and pull them so that that's sitting right up against the bunny. And then I'm going to twist them. Now I'm going to take those wires, wrap them around my hand or my fingers, and then I'm just going to lay them in the back, and I will go back later and finish that off and hide those. And the way I hide those is I cut it off and then I push them into the vine so that you can't see them. Alright, so all these tails are going to have to be cut now. I'm just making sure all my loops are going where I want them and that they're fluffed out. Alright, now we can trim up all of these tails. We're going to give them a dovetail. So the ones on the bottom, I want to make those about the same length as my loops. And the ones on top will make a little bit shorter. So I want to see that pretty dovetail because it is a nice little dovetail in there. So there's our bow. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and decorate this one as well. Do this pretty quickly here. We've got our 3 pieces of greenery. We're going to cut these down, put these in. These are going to go in like the second layer of the bow. There, I want that there. So I'm going to cut these down, and I want to put these like right in here. A little bit too long still. So I'm going again in between my bow loops, and I'm putting that in the fold. We're going to put these one on each side and then one in the center. I'm going to go right here on this one. Kind of doing a triangle effect here. I'm going to keep that fluffed out so that I can see. And then we're going to use this, we're going to add in this little bit of color. So these are push-up. Let's see if we can push some of them up. And then we're going to cut these off. I'm going to cut them a little long. And I want to make sure I get a mixture of the colors, because this has got some purples and oranges and bright or dark pink and then the greens. There we go. So we've got that, and then we've got our carrots. So let's put these in. So I want to, again, I'm going to do the layer. So I'm going to do my 3 points. So we're going to go in between where we put our greenery. I can cut this down quite a bit. Yeah, right there. Make sure of my placement. Don't want to get any glue on the leaves. Oops. There we go. Not too far. There's one. Forgot to dovetail this one. Let's do that. This one's going to go right in here. So I go in at an angle and then I straighten it out as I go in. So that way it does not go through to the back. Because you don't want to go through the back, because then you got to cover that up, and that's just more materials that you have to use. So let's try to avoid doing that. Alright, we're going to do another one. I'm going to cut that one down. We're going to put that right up top here. I don't want to cut it too short. Go at an angle and then straighten it out. There we go. Alright, now we're going to go in between in the next layer. So I'm going to go right where my 2 or my 1.5 is. I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to tuck that in there. So it's going to lay right on that. I think I'm going to use one more. See a spot where I want to put it. So I want to put another one right up here. I want to get that in between my bow loops. In there. No, I don't like that. I think I need to cut it down a little bit smaller. Oops. Trying to get that glue off of there before it sets in. Alright, let me cut this down a little bit smaller. There we go. That's going to work better. Alright, now we're going to go in here. Alright, now we're going to do our carrots. I'm going to put one in the center. I don't know that we need all 3 of them. I think 1 will be enough. We'll leave it at 1. We can use those in another project. So there we go. Let me open this up so you can see. So there we go. There's 2 bunny heads. So you spent $5 on the bunny head. The ribbons were 50-yard rolls, so we only used probably yard and a half, 2 yards. I would say 2 maximum of each. And then our florals that we got at the after season sale. And some carrots, and that's it. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So that can be hung up on also like an office door, a nursing home, kids' room, cute little decor for your home, your door, your front porch, anywhere you would put a wreath, you could put that. It's already got the hanger on the back. We will cut this silver wire, which is what we attach the bow with, and we'll push that into the vine, and that'll be all hidden.